In this lesson, we show how to escalate privilege after gaining access by following the hacking methodology presented in previous lessons. We'll deposit a Trojan. Here, our escalating privilege strategies. We'll try to find first the writable directory in the victim machines. And we then deposit a Trojan there. And this is based on the assumption we can run any command, right, through the detection of the command injection. After we discover the command injection vulnerability in the registration PHP web app we discussed before, the hacker will then examine the access right in any of the directory it can have access. Any of the directory Apache account have access. If it has execute privilege, it can listing the directory information. And there, we will read those PHP file, we read the password file, but beyond that, we'll try to find out what is the access permission. We typically using &ls -al to list the traditional Unix access right in any of the directory. And because typical Linux system like Red Hat or the Fedora core operating system start using secure Linux, and it has a special mandatory access kind of control right. We need to use ls -al to list it, and when both of them has the writable permission, then we were able to choosing those as a target for deposit the Trojan. And so in summary, we use & ls -al to explore the writable, typically we call it secure context token type. In Linux system, we use ls -al to look at traditional Unix access right. Here, the access right of two right target directories. In /var/html, we discover two directory has this httpd sys RW stand for read and write, content _t, _t stand for type. So that is a token type allows system script to read and write. And there are the and we also use we use ls -z to obtain that. The string before the directory has 4 tuples in it, and they call secure context of the directory or file. And it has 4 tuples: user, role, type, and label. We pay special attention to the third tuple type, right? And according to the secure Linux document, any file labeled with httpd sys read-write content t type can be written by script labeled with httpd sys script execution _t kind of type. We do the ls -z on /var/wcgi bin, and we actually find indeed the vul.php, the server-side script that has vulnerability, command injection vulnerability, exactly has the proper httpd sys script execute _t type. So they can override those two directories we just discovered. Once we found out those two discoveries, we then using the traditional Unix command ls -al and to see whether GSC directory and mitten directory can Apache write to it. And it turned out, as shown here, Apache is the owner of those directories, and in the first, the third character there, the access right indicate W. So the Apache can actually as an execution account for the script can write to midterm and GSC subdirectory. It shows here from the Unix directory XSI display, Apache process, which is our victim's process ID, has write access to midterm and GSC. For hacker, this is a godsend. Okay, it's like hitting the jackpot because you can write the file to that, and that means you can put a Trojan file and for future execution. Let's choose midterm as a directory. Here we are going to deposit the Trojan file there. We'll show how to write a Trojan file into this writable directory. The command in the right purple box is used to do that. It has a syntax echo followed by the Trojan content followed by the greater than sign, which is instead of print out on the screen console, we redirect them to a file. And the last parameter is a file path. Echo is a command for writing data to a console or a file. Okay, and here the malicious content or the Trojan we are going to put in is starting with is a single line of PHP code, starting with angle bracket question mark PHP. We use the PHP function called pass-through and giving them a parameter $get CMD. $get CMD is a hash array provided by the PHP when they passing the query string from the submitted URL. If any of them has CMD as a name value pair, the value will be substituted and saved in the hash array. And in this case, we'll return and then submit it to the pass-through functions. This one-line PHP script will be allow us to execute a query string, submit it, and then as an operating system command. It's very dangerous but very efficient, just a single line of code. Our Python script is located in /var/w CGI bin, while the writable directory is in /var/w HTML midterm. So the difference between the two allow us to indicate to us we need to create a relative file path /HTML midterm, allow us to traverse from CGI bin directory to the midterm directory. And we save the Trojan file with the file name .sh12.php. So that one line of PHP code will rename and save in that midterm subdirectory. Be aware, I have put a dot in front of it. And why we do that? Instead of just a simple sh12.php. And the result is that this will have a hidden effects. Any file prefix in Unix system with a dot will not show when the system administrator or the user do a ls. And it will not show up and therefore like invisible, right? If the system administrator will not using the option -L. ls -L is the long form. Only when that was option is used, then it will reveal those hidden file or hidden directory. And sometimes the hacker even put this hidden file in a hidden directory. Okay, and the other possibility they will do is replacing some of the existing data file or the program file with this content. And unless you go back and examine the content, you will know they are replacing with the PHP malicious code, Trojan code. Here we show how to use this Trojan. Right. We use HTTPS and our virtual machine is CS591. We put a URI /midterm.sh 12.php and with a command equal to ls dot dot. Okay, and the reason we use ls dot dot is we try to display the upper directory of midterm, and which is /var/www.html. And here we show all the content, including all the PHP file, all the CS web page file, and some of the data content.